Hey sis, I've been in your shoes. I've wondered how to step outside of my comfort zone and live the bold and fulfilled life that I wanted and now know that I too deserve. I know what it feels like to struggle as a single mom, to struggle with lack of money, to struggle with lack of resources, lack of self-esteem, and all the crazy shit life throws at you sometimes. I have felt powerless, unfulfilled, unattractive, unsupported, and unwanted for years before I had my breakthrough. There's an answer for you too. You can live boldly, have the life that you desire, break generational curses, and overcome trauma from your past. Welcome to the Wellness Homegirl Podcast. This is the mega center for all things wellness, where I will give you all of the tools, tips, tricks, and hacks to help you master your limiting beliefs and take your life to the next level based on the 7 pillars of wellness. Every week, I will bring you advice, inspiring conversations, the conversations no one wants to talk about, the things you weren't taught growing up, and expert insight from industry leaders on various topics. Sis, it is time to stop just living and making it through the day-to-day motions. It is time to be well.
The wellness homegirl, the wellness homegirl, the wellness homegirl. It's time to just stop living, it's time to be well. The wellness homegirl, the wellness homegirl, the wellness homegirl. It's time to just stop living, it's time to be well. Wellness, 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 the wellness homegirl. Wellness, 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 wellness homegirl. Welcome to the Wellness Homegirl Podcast with Whitney Nicole. Want the real honest truth about taking your life to the next level? Well, you're in the right place. It's time for us to stop just living. It's time for us to be well. The Wellness Homegirl.
Hey y'all, welcome back to another episode of the Wellness Homegirl Podcast with your girl, Whitney Nicole. Happy Monday. Yes, happy Monday, y'all. We are still in our November series, Under Construction. So one thing I wanted to talk about when you're under construction, when you are going through transitions, changes, which we all are, like all the time, I wanted to talk about real friends. Real friends. At this age, we've had the good friends, we've had the bad friends, but now we have to kind of like put people in like categories. And a lot of us don't know how to do that. Like, but we really, 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 really need to. So I want to talk about that today. But before that, I'm going to start giving y'all an update. Let me give y'all an update because I don't want y'all to ever feel, because I felt like I've been going through stuff by myself before. I don't want y'all to ever feel like that. Even though you're going to feel like that sometimes, I don't want y'all to ever think that life don't be lifing for me too. So let me just give y'all an update because we're family. So I told you about my house getting fixed and all that other stuff last week, and it's always something. It is always something. It's always going to be something. And so I hired a property management company, y'all, to come to my house and like be over like renting it out, fixing it up. They handle all of that. I just pay them. They just take their money actually out of the rent once we get renters in there. So the lady calls me the other day. I'm a call her. I don't want to call her about the lady by her real name. So I'm going to call her, let's just say Tasha, my alias. Let's just say her name is Tasha. So Miss Tasha been going by my house, getting stuff together. And then Tasha called me yesterday, I don't know, and says, I can't get in the house. Do you think somebody's living there? What? She's talking about none of the keys work. Ma'am, how? How do the keys not work? You have all the keys. Just tell me how they don't work. I don't understand. So, I had my neighbor go by, look at the house, make sure, it don't look like somebody done broke into my house or nothing like that. And she's like, and this door is broken and blah, blah. I think Miss Tasha drink a little bit, honestly. The nicest lady in the world, but I just think she drink a little bit of something. And so now I'm like, okay, she's like, I got to call out a locksmith and da-da-da. And I'm like, girl, are you sure you got the right keys? Because I just am not understanding how you can't get in the house. So I'm like, okay, I turned the alarm on. I'm like, if somebody there, they got to leave eventually. They going to set the alarm off. Y'all, ain't nobody left our house. I just think Miss Tasha just be drinking. So she going to go back by there tomorrow. And hopefully she get it together, y'all, because, whew, yeah. But anyways, and it's just like now I got to fix my shed door because it was a big storm not too long ago in Texas, and it done flooded my shed, and the wind blew the door open and broke the door. Like, it's always something. Like, when you think you like, okay, I got a little money saved, I can do a little bit, something gonna pop up. Just be ready for it. That's why if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. And then that's a big thing with emotional wellness too, y'all. When we are prepared for things to happen, it's like, all right, I already knew something was going to happen, so I'm not even worried about it. So it's not like throwing a big wrench in your plans because you already have the money saved up. You have the time to take off of work, or you've already invested in yourself and you're already an entrepreneur, so you don't got to take off work. You already work for yourself. So that's why we got to stay ready so we don't have to get ready, okay? So life be lifing for me too. Just know you are not alone in whatever you're going through. But to today's topic, real friends, we have to learn how to put people in their correct categories. A lot of times we put people in these categories and they are like, they can't fill those roles. They're not qualified for roles that we want to put them in. And I know I've kind of talked about this before, but when you are under construction, it is so important to have the right people in your corner. And it's some people that you might not be able to talk to as much as you normally would talk to, or you can't talk to them about certain things. So I have some real friends. I am, Drake said no new friends, but I am all for new friends because new friends bring new life, new opportunities, you can grow. It's just so many things that can come with having new friends. So let me just tell y'all about a few of my friends and how they're kind of categorized, So I have Angelica. If you know Angelica, that's my baby mama friend. Shout out to her business, Heaven on a Paper Plate. If you're in Wichita, Kansas ever, or live in Wichita, check out my girl, because my girl gets down like somebody's great grandma in the kitchen, and she's like 5'2" and not even 35. Okay, my girl gets down. But that's my baby mama friend. We have the same baby daddy, I guess, whatever you want to call it. But I don't have to talk to Angelica for months, but she write me on Facebook. I write her on Facebook on our posts. I'm a text her, hey girl, just want to let you know I love you. I'm proud of you. I see you doing good, blah, blah, blah. Thank you for feeding my son. My son still go over her house and eat. Her and his daddy ain't been together for years. But like, we just cool. We used to live together. Like, that's my girl. I can talk to her about life, about business. We're going to talk about some baby daddies, some baby daddy mamas, all that stuff, okay? And then Shamika, like, that's my, like, best friend. And she is, like, I can talk to Shamika about, like, relationships and sex and just really anything, money, finances, things I want to do, how I want to, I can talk to Shamika literally about anything, because that is my best friend, and I know that she's going to give me good advice and sound advice, and she's going to be there like when I need her to be. Now Shamika busy. Shamika got kids and a husband, so I don't go to her for every single thing, but if I want some solid advice, I know I can go to her. And also my sister-in-law Kula, I can talk to her about business, about life, about relationships, and get some solid advice. And both Shamika and Kula gonna throw Jesus up in there. They're gonna be like, well, Jesus said in Mark verse 2. I mean, they might not be that bad, but they gonna throw Jesus in there and bring me back down to earth, because sometimes I can be a bit much, and I know that. So that's them. And I have Wendy. When you talk about a ride or die friend, that is definitely Wendy. One day I called Wendy and was like, hey, I'm back in Seattle. I really need this trash taken out in my house. Do you think you could go by there and just put the trash on the curb for me? Blah, blah, blah. Like, her and her son did that, swept out my garage and everything. I'm talking about just a bomb ass ride or die friend. She gonna show up for the birthdays, for the parties, for the holidays, and whatever. Like, even when she going through, she gonna show up for you. Like, that's the type of friend she has. So that's like my ride or die friend. Lynn is also another ride or die friend. Lynn is older than me, but she gonna show up for whatever. I can talk to her about real life situations, investments, houses. Like, I can talk to her about certain things. And then Javen, I don't know if y'all know, but that's my dog for real. And now that he is like grown up, I can really talk to him about life things. I ain't talking to him about no sex or no men or no relationships or none of that. But I can talk to him about real life things and give him like advice that's going to make sense to him now. And then I talk to my mama every morning leaving work, and I talk to my mom about real life stuff. I don't even talk to her about relationships or sex or none of that really, but I can talk to her about how my day was, about certain relationships and friendships, and about certain things that I want to do. Now, there's still certain things I'm not talking to her about because it's just not in her wheelhouse. I'm not talking to my mom about business. My mama's never had a business. She doesn't really know about business and entrepreneurship. So that is something that I'm not talking to her about. And like I said, we mess up when we try to put people in categories or positions that they're not qualified for. It's like, y'all have heard people say, don't ask broke people for money advice. Why? Because they don't know any better. Not saying that they don't know, but they haven't executed things to be able to say, hey, I did X, Y, and Z to get me to this place. So you should try this maybe for you. Like, you have to talk to people that are above the level that you want to be, or that understand and are trying to get where you're trying to go to. I have I told you I'm in an inner circle, and it's I'm not telling y'all what it's for. Y'all will see when I just pop out one day. But I'm in this inner circle, and my mentor, she says that her husband is not even in her top 5 people, like, in business. Like, her husband is not in her top 5 because he is not a businessman. So she has retired her husband because she's become so successful, and of course he helped her get there, but he's not in her top 5 because he's not a businessman. So why would I put him in my top 5 when I need to be about business and he's not on that level? Now, he knows some stuff, but he's not the business person. So her top 5 don't include him, which makes so much sense. But they still have a great relationship because they know their roles that they play for one another. So get around people that cause you to level up. She's like, even though her husband is not in her top 5, he caused her to level up. And so all of my friends cause me to level up in different ways, but I know who I can talk to about what. Who is my person to, like, if I want to go party and kick it, I'm not calling probably Shamika or Q Look, because they not big party and kicking it people, which I'm not either. But if I just got in the mood for that, I know Wendy's going to be down. Angelica's going to be down. Like, put people in categories. Like, we expect people to be there for us and they don't have the capacity. Like, sometimes you want to call and vent to somebody and they don't even, you get mad because they're not giving you good advice or they're not saying anything at all. They don't have the capacity to handle you in that state. They don't have the capacity to handle those emotions. Hell, because, I mean, people be going through their own stuff as well. So who's in your top 5? Figure that out. Who's in your top 5 for business? Who can I talk to about this? And it might not even be 5. It might be 3 or 2. But you always need somebody who's real and going to be down for you in your corner in the areas of, relationships, religion, business. If you're an entrepreneur, like, get those people, them solid people in your life that's going. And it might not be a lot of people, y'all. Like, it might not be. And then you might have to, if you're trying to really dig deep and push forward in a certain area, maybe business or maybe it's personal development, there's some friends you might not be able to talk to during those seasons. And if they your real friend and you put that boundary in place, they gonna understand. And if they don't understand and cannot keep that boundary, I'm going to tell you now, they're not your real friend. So leave them alone. But figure out who are those people you can go to about certain things. And then if you are the smartest one in the room about everything, then you in the wrong rooms. Like, you're in the wrong rooms. You have to be around people that are smarter than you. And it might not be in every area, but people, and I'm not even going to say just smarter, maybe more knowledgeable and more experienced than you in certain areas. If you hanging around people that don't know nothing about, nobody know nothing about nothing, sis, we just not going to never have nothing, do nothing, be nothing. Like, no, we got to get around people that make us level up, whether it be, and you want to level, and when I say level up, I'm not just talking about financially, mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, occupationally, in business, whatever it is. Get around people that make you level up and help you to see things differently, because we can get stuck in our ways. Y'all know we can. But then lastly, my last point, y'all, be a good friend too. If you want good friends, you have to be a good friend. You cannot expect anyone to be what you are not willing to become in your life. So be a good friend to people. Send random messages and texts. I'm not a big talk on the phone person. I will talk on the phone, but I rather text you. I don't know. I just rather text you. But send some random texts and send your friends some flowers. They going through something. Send them gifts. Send them cards. Send them a book. Like, if you feel like somebody is coming to you and they are coming to you about something that you don't feel like you have the capacity to handle. Somebody keeps coming to you about relationships and their boundaries and stuff. Listen, send them a book. Send them the book I've been reading, the Set Boundaries, Find Peace. Send them, listen, sis, I don't know how else to help you in this situation, but I heard that this was a good book for that. Like, that's showing somebody you love and care about them. Listen, I took the time out of my day, out of my wallet. I took the money out of my wallet to pay for you this book. You should read this. Like, I mean, because let's be honest, everybody can't afford counseling or therapy or whatever. It can be expensive, but we can afford a book most of the time. Send your friend a book, and just genuinely show up for people when they need you. Like, there's certain people that call me. Like, I know certain friends don't just call me just to chit chat. So if they calling, I'm answering. Like, if Wendy calling, I'm answering the phone, because I know, like, she might be going through something and she might need me. Like, she not just calling me usually just to chit chat. Like, we text a lot, so I know the type of relationship we have. So show up and really know your friends and know what they need from you to be considered a good friend. So like I said, get you a good top 5, top 3, top 2, whatever it is, in every category. People that can be there for you and that you can be there for, mentally, physically, emotionally, spiritually, in all the categories. But then also be that person that you need as well. And then if you don't have the capacity, you're gonna have to tell that friend, sis, I don't have the capacity to even handle this. Listen, I'm going through something myself right now. I can't handle that on top of what I'm going through. But you should read this book. I heard it's good. But you should do this. I heard it's good. Girl, we gonna pray. Let's just pray together that we both get through whatever we going through. You can still be a good friend and not be there for somebody in a certain type of way. So I love y'all. That's all I had. Like, during this transition season, just so imperative to have those good people around you, that good energy that feeds you, and that you can it just gives you a little bit of power. Like, you can, okay, like, I can do this. These is good people. Go to some conferences, y'all. Get around good people. Just get around good people. It is so beneficial for your mindset. So that's all I got for y'all today. I absolutely, positively, with all my heart, I love y'all. Thank you for continuing to rock with me in the Wellness Homegirl podcast. Y'all check out the website for your free affirmations, your free journal prompts, and other freebies on the website. And also, if you would like coaching services, you can check out information at thewellnesshomegirl.com as well. I love y'all, and bye. Hey sis, thank you so much for listening to the Wellness Homegirl podcast. I appreciate you so much. You guys do not even know. But have you left your 5-star review yet? Have you? No? Okay, I need you to go do that for me. Your reviews help us get the wellness word out to other women like ourselves who are trying to level up in life. Also, sis, I know you're on social media, so feel free to share the podcast on your social media platforms and tag me. Tag me, the_wellness_homegirl. Also, if you're using the tips and tricks, if you're leveling up, if you're taking the advice you get from the podcast, tag me in those posts, sis. I want to see it all. I want to know how this podcast is benefiting you. Also, if you have a topic that you would like me to discuss or know someone who would be an excellent guest for the podcast, or you just want to leave me some feedback, feel free to email me at info@thewellnesshomegirl.com. Y'all know I love y'all. Y'all be beautiful, be blessed, and be well.
Well, that concludes this episode of the Wellness Homegirl podcast with Whitney Nicole. Make sure you share the podcast to your stories and tag Whitney in the story as well. You never know, you may just win something for your support. Thanks for listening and see you next time.